literally, listening to Jehovah made you worse Jehovah's Witnesses. Or listening to the governing body literally made you worse Jehovah's Witnesses.
I'll play that again.
Hey, what's poppin'? It's your boy Jay the Comedian. How y'all doing today? How am I doing? I feel terrific. And yes, this is the ExJw video. And you know what to do. Anytime you see an ExJw video, you hit the like button and you leave a comment to help the YouTube algorithm show our message to as many people as possible. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe. Oh my goodness. The wrinkles on your wrists look terrific. Come on, man. Come on, man. I just complimented the wrinkles on your wrists. The wrinkles, like you can do the Spider-Man now. And people gonna be like, ooh, you can do it with confidence. You can do the Spider-Man now with confidence. You ain't gotta wear a watch to cover up your wrist wrinkles no more because you can walk around with confidence in your wrist wrinkles. Damn it, I hope you enjoyed that compliment. Anyway, seriously. If you enjoyed your rare and amazing weird compliment, you can thank me by subscribing. And if you're already subscribed, just say thanks, Jay, in the comments. Anyway, let's get to the video. Okay. So to be a Jehovah's Witness, it's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Because on one hand, you want to believe in God, right? And you want to believe God is smart and he's powerful and he's just and all these other things. But to be a Jehovah's Witness that believe in God, you kind of got to think he's a little stupid too. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, yeah, he's this amazing, smart, intelligent being, but he can't really tell the difference between somebody who's celebrating their birthday and enjoying that one little day and somebody who's like taking away his praise. You know what I mean? Oh, he's a jealous God. He don't even want you celebrating your birthday because then you're worshiping yourself. You're telling me that that's what God believes? You're telling me that an intelligent God believes when you celebrate your birthday, you're no longer worshiping him and you're worshiping yourself. That's what an intelligent God that you believe in thinks. And that's another thing. That kind of brings you to the next thing. If you believe that God isn't that dumb, right? And you think that God would, he just wouldn't be that dumb. He has more comprehension skills than that, right? If you believe that, then is it possible that the people who told you that's what God believes, maybe their comprehension skills aren't up to par? Well, the first thing you have to ask yourself is, do you have any other examples where they've gotten it wrong? Where they thought God thought one thing, but he actually thought another? Well, obviously, like in the other video, they just reverse course on beards. Now, that means that God probably never thought beards were wrong, but they thought it was wrong, so now you can't have beards. So, are you worshiping God or are you worshiping them? Great question. So, if you want to go even further into that, like right now, the Jehovah's Witnesses, they have a lot of court cases going on around the world, doing some really bad stuff. Now you have to ask yourself, the lawyers and stuff that they're working with, they're looking for Jehovah's Witness lawyers. Lawyers who are Jehovah's Witnesses. Now this is the thing. In order to become a lawyer, you have to go against what the Jehovah's Witnesses said. Especially a while ago, like a long time ago, they didn't want people going to do any extracurricular school. You know what I mean? Nothing. Like at one point, they're like, high school, the world's going to end. You don't need no high school. Then they changed that up. And they said, college. College? And the world about to end. Go to Bethel. You don't need no Stankabola college. Now, for everybody who was intelligent enough to ignore them, and go to college, guess what? Right now, the Jehovah's Witnesses are so happy that the Jehovah's Witness leadership, they're so happy that you ignored them. They could not be more happy because now they could use you. You're so useful to them. Thank you for not listening because now you're actually usable. And yeah, let's not forget, they reverse course on that too. Yeah, y'all can go to college now. Oh, forget all the people who could have went to college and ended up not. Because if they went to college, they could have got a better job, made more money, and been able to spend more time worshiping Jehovah. So, literally, listening to Jehovah made you worse Jehovah's Witnesses. Or listening to the governing body literally made you worse Jehovah's Witnesses. But you keep listening to them, though. You keep thinking that these people are giving you all the right answers. And the stuff that they're saying is the correct course of action to take. Mind you, they're telling you, right? Instead of getting a blood transfusion, die on the operating room table. That's the way they take the scriptures and understood it. The same people whose comprehension skills led them to others losing an entire generation of careers and stuff because they couldn't go to college. And these same people who are like, yeah, you shouldn't wear beards. God don't like beards. And now they're like, well, it never said God doesn't like beards. We just kind of made that up. Even though we provide you scripture saying that, you know, yeah, we're to be no part of the world and stuff like that. These are the people you're listening to. This is your champion. This is your king. I don't think, personally, that you should take advice from people like that. You definitely shouldn't be a part of any religion where they have such extreme rules, but yet shown multiple times that they do not have a good understanding of what God actually wants. They've showed that to you over and over and over again. These are just a few examples. Actually, that's a fun thing to do in the comments. In the comments right now. Just write down all the things they've gotten wrong. And remember, every time they said that the world would end soon, and it didn't, that's a false prophecy. Every single time. I remember when I was young, they're like, oh, Jay, I don't think you'll be able to even finish elementary school before the world ends. You can just look around, look at the way things are. It's about to end. I'm in my 40s now. And people are much older than me who've heard the same thing. And every time, unless the word soon means something different than what the dictionary means, which means that near, you know what I mean? Like the time is near. Like I'm going to soon go give my doggy a big old kiss, right? Here's my doggy. Hi, doggy. Say hi, doggy. Okay, she's an apostate dog, so she don't listen. You know what I'm saying? You know how them apostate old dogs are. Bad dog. Love Jehovah. I'm just kidding. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is simply this. When somebody tells you that something's going to happen soon, and it doesn't happen soon, guess what? You have the right to say, hey, you got that wrong. And not only do you have the right to say that, they have to fold. They have to acknowledge it. That's how things work. If you're inside of a religion and they do not acknowledge when they make a mistake, and I mean the real way, not by saying, oh, well, you misunderstood what we said. No, I didn't. You said that beards were wrong and you tried to even make it scripturally wrong. Now you're saying beards are okay. I did not misunderstand that. I did not clearly understand what you said. You're wrong. You need to say, hey, my bad. We got that wrong. Because that's how it works. Because if you're going to claim to speak for God and to work for God, but yet you don't have the cojones to say when you've made mistakes, dare I say, I don't think you work for God at all. I think you work for yourself and you're trying to take advantage of people. Because the Jehovah Witnesses are like, the people and the governing body are two different entities, right? The people are the batteries, the governing bodies is the, I don't know, Nintendo, damn, what was the name of that game? Game Boy. The Nintendo Game Boy. old video game system. If you're young, you might not have heard of it. It's a little handheld game, and it ran off batteries. Oh man, that game was so fun. But when those batteries ran out, there was nothing more frustrating than running out of batteries right in the middle of a game, because that thing said, oh, you're out of juice, and it cut off. I used to put my batteries in the refrigerator thinking that if I freeze the batteries, then I won't have to go buy no new ones. I could just use these old frozen batteries. It didn't work. Never worked. Didn't work not one time. And the person that told me was an idiot, and I think he took advantage of a child, which is child abuse, for trying to get me to believe that would even work. So, yeah, there's that. Anyway, back to the subject. The governing body is the Game Boy. The people are the batteries. Now, the governing body, when you look at it, you look at the Game Boy, you see this big, impressive thing, and you're like, wow, this is great. But guess what? It is of no use without the batteries. You just got a big, heavy, important-looking thing, but it doesn't work unless you have the batteries. Now, when you put it in, it works beautifully, it's fun, it's all this that it was supposed to be. But as soon as you take the batteries away, again, it's a paperweight. The people in the organization give the governing body power. They're not getting anything from them. When you take time out of your day to go to their meetings and you take money out of your check to donate to that organization, when you spend your weekends out of field service or trying to recruit new people, or basically just making sure your kids, no matter what, they become Jehovah's Witnesses too, you are directly giving them power. You're giving all the power away to them. And they know that. That's why they're constantly trying to take the power away from you as much as they can at every opportunity. Because there are rechargeable batteries. But they don't want you to get your charge from an external source, especially from within. They don't want you to be a power generator. They want you to be a battery, something that they can take the power from. That's why they don't have you celebrating your birthdays. Because when you celebrate your birthdays, it's not about, oh, I'm not worshiping God now. No, it's about you realizing that the people around you, the people in your life, care about you. And they remember you, and they think you're special. And to have that one day for yourself to recognize that, wow, it's been another year. I've grown this much, or I've went back this much, and I need to improve. To focus on yourself, they can't have that, because when you can focus on yourself and you can see where you've improved, or you can give yourself confidence, or you can build yourself going forward, now you're putting power in your own battery. And after a while, when you've got enough power, you can choose where you give your power to. And you don't got to give it to their Game Boy. You can give your power to anybody you want. They've shown you what they will do to batteries that's no longer giving them the charge that they want. They throw them away. Same way you would. If you had a battery that no longer provided the energy that you want from it, you throw it away. Unless that battery is rechargeable. Then you simply recharge it and keep using it until it's not rechargeable anymore. Which is what they would do also. But when somebody is able to see that they're a power generator, when you know that you are in control of the power you give out and who you give that power to. When you give the power to the governing body, they take it and they keep it. They do not take it and make the world a better place. They do not get their people to make the world a better place. Do you know how many doctors we lost out of because of the Jehovah's Witness organization? Do you know how many scientists and athletes and just amazing and wonderful people we've lost out of because they were good Jehovah's Witnesses? Serena Williams. We could have lost Serena Williams' athleticism and a beauty and amazingness if she decided to listen to the Jehovah's Witnesses. She decided not to listen. And guess what? Now she could be a better Jehovah's Witness than anybody that listened. Anybody that listened well, I bet you they're not superstar, millionaire, possibly billionaire athletes who decided to go to Jehovah and be a part of the organization. And guess what? She don't have to work anymore. She could knock on doors all day till the sun come up or till the sun go down. She could donate millions of dollars to the organization if she wanted. It seems like there's more benefit in not listening than it is in listening. And that should be all you need to know. Because as they say all the time, you can tell how good a tree is by the fruit it bears. The people who didn't listen to the organization, who didn't do what they were told, who still believed in the organization, but decided, nah, I think I'm gonna go to school. Nah, I think I'm gonna play professional tennis. Nah, I think I'm gonna do what I need to do to make sure my family and stuff is secure and I have a good future and foundation to build on. Those people are the best Jehovah's Witnesses. But the people who listen, who made the sacrifices, who didn't pick up their career, who didn't put their athleticism and youth to good use for themselves and their family and generations to come, how do they fare? Got to work 2 jobs, got to miss meetings, and can only go out of field service when they're not scheduled to work or when they're not extremely exhausted. They physically can't be as good as Jehovah's Witnesses as the people who didn't listen. And that is mind-boggling to me. Anyway, that's all I got. And I hope y'all having a great day. I'm having a great day. It's your boy, Jay the Comedian. Holla at you, Guala. This is your champion? This is your king?